Hi, everybody. This week we're going to talk about weight versus inches. Inches are where it's at. When you think about it, when you see someone on the street, do they have a digital scale on their forehead that says, this person weighs this much? Of course not. They see what your overall shape is, they can see you shrinking, just melting away. Those are inches. Inches also represent the difference between um, fat loss and muscle building, and we're doing both. And so, because muscle is more dense, muscle weighs more for the square inches versus fat, which is kind of fluffy. So, what could potentially happen is as you're building muscle and losing fat, you could have a week or two or three when you don't lose very much, or maybe you don't lose anything, or maybe you even gained a pound. I doubt that, but whatever. Let's just say you did, but your inches have gone down. Well, that is more important. That tells me that you have gained muscle. Um, just imagine if you really lost 2 pounds of fat, but you gained 2 pounds of muscle, it would look like no loss, but yet your inches are down. The great thing about muscle, not only because your inches are down and that's what people see, but that represents a higher metabolic rate. Women, that is why men are so darn aggravating, because they can be the exact same size as us. They can eat the exact same thing and will gain weight and they'll lose weight because muscle increases your metabolic rate even at rest. And because of testosterone, men build muscle even if they're not working out. Men just have more muscle. Fact of life. So wouldn't you love to have that kind of body that burns calories in your sleep? That's always been my goal. So building muscle does just that. And so inches, pay attention to your inches. A tool I love is when you go into www.mytsfl.com, make your own username and password. It's different than your shopping account, okay? And you can go in. Not only can you log your food and blog and chat and do all those things, but you can also log your inches, and it will graph them. And it's a great way to save your inches and see how you're doing, because I know I've found pieces of paper all over my house where I've written down inches when I've measured. It's so much nicer to go in the computer and store it there, and it's much more fun to look at that graph. So inches are where it's at. We want to get rid of fat, especially that belly fat. That's where really the health comes in. So when you've been more than 3 weeks, if you're at a healthy weight so you can begin exercise, that will help you too. And remember, there's several different forms of exercise and they're all important. And in the end, we want to be doing all of them. So there is not just the typical exercise you think of that might be aerobic to get your heart rate up. There's also muscle building exercise, which would be resistance types of exercise to help build more muscle. And there's stretching, and they're all important. And honestly, the older you get, the more important they all are. So I hope this helps. Go measure yourself. Go log it in. Have a great week.